Hi, so Colin Durrant here again. I'm going to read another one of my Substack posts, which all my writing is actually channeled. So this is about two realities, one world. Discover a new way of being through an ancient tale. Thousands of years ago, in the times of our ancient ancestors, there lived a small boy named Joel. He lived with his parents and his brother and two sisters. He was a bit of an odd one out. He didn't really like playing with the other boys and liked to spend time on his own. He would go into the forest by himself, despite the dangers. He would love exploring his surroundings. He would love finding beautiful places in the wild. He would creep up on animals, and they would have no idea that he was there. He had this quiet confidence about him, almost like the animals would not harm him even if they knew he was there. He felt like he was one of them, like he was protected. He had a deep connection to his intuition, which helped raise his vibration to the highest level. He was almost a different person. It's like he stepped out of his physical body and rose above it. He was above anything happening below him. He saw everything around him differently when he was in this state. He had a different perspective on what was going on in the world and in his life. Any little problems he was facing would seem to disappear, become irrelevant. He would feel this really intense love for everything and everyone. He would see how everything was alive, the plants, the trees, and even water. He saw all the energy of water and how it gave life to everything in nature. He saw the power of water as it rushed over a waterfall or down a river, how it gave life to all the animals living in the river, the fish, crocodiles, hippos, and everything else, small and seemingly insignificant, and yet all a vital part of the ecosystem of nature. He noticed how every little creature, plant, fish, tree, and animal were all part of this big ecosystem. Even mankind was part of this ecosystem. He saw balance. He saw love. Even as predators hunted in the dark and killed their prey, he saw love. The family of predators feeding themselves and their young ones. The sacrifice of the prey so that others may live. The beauty of the whole world of nature. And it was in this moment that he discovered that his reality was different to other people in his village. He noticed how many of them struggled and suffered and complained because they saw everything from the ground level. But up here in his high vibrational state, he experienced everything differently. One day he brought his sister with him. They climbed up a large rock face with a waterfall running down the side of it. She was blown away by the beauty of the scene around her. Joel taught her how to raise her vibration, how to put her hand on her heart and feel it expanding, how to breathe deeply into her chest, to feel everything expanding as she closed her eyes. She felt it. She felt a surge of energy at the top of her chest. She felt expansion. She had the same feeling of rising above everything around her. She had been suffering with a sore leg for some time, limping around, feeling miserable and unhappy. And yet in this moment she felt no pain or discomfort. She saw how insignificant her leg was in the grand scheme of things. In the huge ecosystem of life and all the beauty around her, and the energy of love and water, and seemed to ebb and flow in the land itself, she felt in the moment that her pain was simply a lesson, to stop to look around and appreciate what she was part of, the incredible experience of being alive on earth, to being part of nature, to being at one with everything around her, to feel the many beating hearts of all the animals that she couldn't even see. Through this experience, she felt her legs stop throbbing. She saw in this moment how they appeared to be a totally different world that she had not experienced before, this world of high vibration and love and energy. She almost felt like she was floating. She felt she could fly and her mind was free. She saw the big picture of this huge ecosystem of life, and she saw how she is part of it. She was responsible for it. She saw that by complaining about her leg, she lost access to this state of mind, this different reality. In this high vibrational state, she saw what a powerful being she was, how important she was, and how important her energy was to the whole world. She saw how her high vibrational energy affected the world and the reality around her. Her energy affected everyone around her. When she was back in her village complaining about her leg to everyone, she would make other people feel sad. She would lower their energy. She understood now that by taking responsibility for her energy and her actions, that she would change the impact of those around her. She saw that by being positive and loving and kind, that others around her would respond. They too would be uplifted. Their vibration would raise thanks to her. They would feel better about themselves and their lives simply because of what her energy was like. She saw the lesson and was grateful. A tear formed in her eyes, and she hugged her brother and thanked him for bringing her here and showing her this different world, this different reality. She had complained bitterly when he suggested that he come into the wild with him. She had fought him for days, and now she was here, she understood everything. She understood the power of her heart and her energy. She saw that there were two clear parts to being a human being. There was her physical body, and then there was her energy, her mind, her thoughts and feelings, her words. She saw how powerful all of these were, and how they could impact others. She saw that her physical body, injured and weak, or even strong and powerful, was irrelevant to the power she possessed as a high vibrational being. She didn't need to be strong physically in order to have a positive impact on those around her. She could simply sit and expand her heart, create positive and loving energy to those around her. And by doing that, she could have a greater impact on the happiness and joy to everyone and everything that she could do physically. She could tell stories to help her friends and family, stories of hope and love and resilience and success. She saw how much she was more than simply a young girl limping around with a sore leg. She saw how even with a sore leg she was still powerful. She was still needed and important to her community, to nature and to the world. She saw how she could inspire those around her. She saw just how powerful her heart was, the power of her smile to everyone she met. She saw herself now as a spiritual being, one that could change her and others' reality of the world they lived in. And she was determined to help others see this different world that her brother had shown her. Thanks for listening. See you later. Bye.